If I allow myself to go down into that place, I'll never come back.
That's how it starts. The fever, the rage, the feeling of powerlessness that turns good men cruel.
Why do we force? So that we can learn to pick ourselves up.
Hey, how's it going? Hope you're staying safe, and we need to talk about Batman. Since Batman first appeared in May 1939 in Detective Comics number 27, he has been a beloved superhero. With his countless classic comic books, animated movies, and live-action films, he is a seemingly unstoppable pop culture icon. It's hard to not love an icon of this size, right? Well, I don't know about that anymore. As much as I'm looking forward to the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League, I can't help but be disappointed in his interpretation of Batman. No hate towards Ben Affleck, of course, I just think that they could have written him much better. As much as I would like to be on board with this version of the character, I just can't, and that's disappointing. I love Batman more than any fictional character, and yet I don't love this version. As much as I hate that I don't love it, I can't love it. So this essay is called How Robert Pattinson Can Save Batman, but it could be called My Issue with Ben Affleck's Batman and How Robert Pattinson Can Help. But hey, the future's bright. We've got an all-new Batman coming next year, and I am very, very optimistic. From the actor Robert Pattinson to the director Matt Reeves, I am extremely excited to see what they do with the character, but worried at the same time. As much as I don't love this rendition of Batman, it could be much worse, and that's what I'm worried about. We'll get into that later though. Today, I'll be splitting this essay into 3 topics: the character of Batman, why he's broken, and how he can be saved. Let's get started.
All the people I've murdered by letting you live.
All I've ever wanted to do is kill him. If I allow myself to go down into that place, I'll never come back.
I'm no executioner.
Your compassion is a weakness your enemies will not share.
That's why it's so important.
Where do I even begin? Well, as I said earlier, Batman was first established in May 1939 in Detective Comics number 27. A lot of people seem to think that since his first appearance, Batman hasn't killed. However, that's not even the case. As we can see in this issue, Batman has no issue with the thought of killing criminals as he punches one right into a vat of acid. When he's confronted on this issue, he merely addresses it as a fitting end to his kind. So yes, Batman does kill. However, the character of this Batman has been dropped and replaced with the relatable and compelling Batman that we have all come to love. Since then, the character of Batman has 3 consistencies. His parents were murdered, he does not kill, but he wants to kill. As you most definitely know, Bruce Wayne's parents were murdered in front of him. Since then, he has been completely tortured by this. But I'd like to dig further into that while discussing why he's broken. Before digging into that topic, I would like to address one thing. Batman is a complex character. If you're going to present him as a broken, angry character, you need to explore why. You can't just tell us that he's broken and leave it there. That's just lazy storytelling. You can't disassemble a character if he isn't assembled in the first place. But that's a conversation for... As I mentioned mere moments ago, you cannot attempt to disassemble a character that you haven't bothered to assemble. That's like trying to smash a Lego Death Star that you were too lazy to build in the first place. You just look like a f***ing idiot. Batman is broken. I'm not talking about Batman from the comics, as I think he's doing pretty well. His comics are always, for the most part, a pleasure to read. I'm not talking about the animated films either, as they're pretty solid. I'm talking about the live-action movies. For some odd reason, Batman has always had a difficult time adapting to live action. Except for Christian Bale, who in my opinion is the best Batman to date. Michael Keaton wasn't a bad Batman, though he had some issues. Michael Keaton's Batman is a Batman who kills, but it made sense with the story. Then you have Val Kilmer, who is campy but pretty decent, and who can forget about George Clooney? Well, we try to forget about him. But there's one Batman who is undeniably perfect, the one who we truly need. That Batman was Adam West. Jokes aside, Adam West's Batman was perfect for the time and setting, and I think he's great. But now, let's get into the issue at hand. Our current Batman. Ben Affleck, who holds the mantle of Batman, delivers a pretty decent performance. However, the way he's written is absolutely goofy, and I'm not talking in the good way like Adam West. In Batman vs Superman, we meet him for the first time, and it's so odd. He's a broken down, grim hero that doesn't even believe in heroes. Now, as I said earlier, you can't disassemble a character that you haven't bothered to assemble. This movie attempts to deconstruct a hero, and yes, that can work, but that's not where the issue is. Throughout the movie, we are given no explanation or development on why he's broken. Rather, we are given hints. Don't tell me that he's a broken, bitter Batman. Show me why he's broken and bitter. This could have potentially worked if they explored it further in future films. However,
Do you bleed?
So you're fast.
Like brunch. Like, what is brunch?
Justice League hits. Zack Snyder is gone and Joss Whedon comes in. The series is tanked. Batman's character turns from a broken, worn down hero into a goofy, silly hero, and it makes no sense. Even though I'm not particularly a fan of what Snyder has chosen to do with these characters, it's tragic that his vision was cut off by a complete hack job. And that's why I'm excited for Zack Snyder's Justice League, but this isn't about Justice League. Anyway, straying further away from Batman's undeveloped character, let's get into his morals. Batman kills, which makes no sense to me. How does it make sense for a man traumatized by murder to go out and kill? But listen, while I don't love the idea of Batman killing, if it fits the story, I can handle it. But Batman killing in this universe makes absolutely no sense. Why does he only brand scumbags if he's a killer? Why would someone as dangerous as the Joker still be running around if he was a killer? It makes no sense for Batman to kill in this universe. It makes no sense for him to go from broken to goofy. There's no excuse for him to be written this poorly. Batman is broken. Batman is broken, yes, but you know what else is broken? My bank account. So if you want to help save that, consider donating to the Patreon. We currently only have 2 tiers. For $3 per month, you can get your name in the credits, unscripted movie reviews, and early access to essays. If you only want your name in the credits, there's a $1 tier just for that. Also, go follow my Twitter at KYD Films. Alright, let's get back into the essay.
Why do we force? So that we can learn to pick ourselves up.
You still haven't given up on me.
Never.
I'm vengeance.
Now listen, as much as I think there is potential for Ben Affleck's Batman, I don't think that they're going to save him. From his inconsistent character, flawed morals, and overall nonsensical writing, I just don't see a lot of hope. And listen, I don't blame Ben Affleck for this. That's like blaming Tom Holland for the writing in Far From Home. These actors are doing their best with what they're given, even if it's absolute dog shit sometimes. But that's the thing, Affleck's Batman was much better before they kicked Zack Snyder to the curb. So here's a few things they can do to save this next Batman. Solution number 1, if you're going to make him kill, it must make sense. Snyder's Batman kills, and it's whatever. Zack is making his own version of Batman from his own vision, and that's great. He should be allowed to explore Batman in a different light. However, Batman killing in this world makes no sense. In one scene, you have Batman branding the scum of the earth criminals, and in the next, you have him running and gunning down some goons in his tank. In this world, the Joker killed his Robin, and he's still alive. In Under the Red Hood, Batman can't kill the Joker due to his moral code, even though he clearly wants to. But that doesn't work in this world. Batman has no problem killing. So in the words of Jason Todd, why on God's earth is he still alive? If Batman doesn't have an issue with killing random goons, why would he have an issue with killing the man who took his Robin away? Do you see what I mean? It just makes no sense. Solution number 2, if he's going to be tormented again, it must make sense. You can't disassemble a character without building him/her first. It feels completely unearned. If you're going to make a fallen Batman, you must show how he is fallen. Follow the classic rule of storytelling: show, don't tell. Solution number 3. Perhaps the most vital solution. Let the director do their job. The reason why Batman was ruined in Justice League is because they interfered with Zack Snyder's vision. Yes, Snyder's interpretation had many writing flaws and development issues, but at least it was his vision. Once Whedon came along, it was turned into a Tony Stark ripoff. Zack Snyder's version may have been heavily flawed, but at least it was original, and I can respect that. Listen, I can go on and on about logical reasons as to why Batman is broken and how he can be fixed, but in all honesty, none of that matters. My issues with Batman, though logical, are completely subjective. Other fans of the character may have completely logical reasons that combat my reasoning, and that's fine. But here's the thing. Batman is broken for me, and that sucks. Along with Spider-Man, Batman is the hero I've looked up to my whole life. So yeah, it's painful to see my hero be treated in such a way that I believe to be damaging to his character. So maybe Batman isn't broken for you, and that's fine. But for me, he's shattered, and it's a shame. Seeing Batman kill for no reason, as dumb and dramatic as it may sound, is painful for me to watch. So for you, maybe Batman doesn't need to be fixed. But for me, this is a necessity. Batman needs to be saved. So, in conclusion, Batman is broken, yes, but he most definitely can be saved. As long as the studio doesn't needlessly interfere with Matt Reeves' vision, I believe this Batman will be good. From what I've seen in the trailer, yes, I believe this Batman will be absolutely brutal. But he's just starting out, so maybe this Batman is a brute with vengeance that goes way too far. That's fine, as long as it works with the story and is used to develop his character. I really think Matt Reeves has the talent and necessary resources to make a fresh and compelling Batman, and I'm excited. Not only do I think Matt Reeves can handle the pressure of creating a new Batman that works, but I also have faith in Robert Pattinson. I recently watched The Devil All the Time, and I thought it was spectacular. Robert Pattinson is really quite a talented actor, and it's a shame that people still see him as Edward from Twilight when he's so much more than that. He's a very capable actor who's criminally underrated, and if you don't believe me, go watch The Devil All the Time. Trust me, you will not regret it. So yes, I have faith in him. I believe that Robert Pattinson can save Batman.